Let's see how this goes. Nothing like a little flute music. I love flute music. Flute music. One thing I've learned is you must make a horror has a face. You must make a friend of horror. Horror and moral terror are your friends. If they are not, then they are your enemies to be feared. Horror. I've been saying that all morning. Horror has a face. You must make a friend of horror. Horror and moral terror are your friends. If they are not, then they are your enemies to be feared. Chocolate. You must make a friend of chocolate. Chocolate in small bites can be a friend. If they are not, then they are your enemy. It is your enemy to be feared. I was laughing so hard just reciting that. I was saying that as I was getting ready to leave the house. Horror has a face. You must make a friend of horror. Horror and moral terror are your friends. If they are not, then they are your enemies to be feared. Chocolate. Chocolate is made by Hershey's. It is a delicious snack. If it is not, you're missing out. Chocolate has a face. It goes by the name of Hershey. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. It's a gassy smell. It's a gasoline smell. It smells like victory. So what are we going to talk about today? This live is entitled "We the People." What is left of we the people? Does we the people even matter anymore? We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, conceived in liberty, for the love of God, what has happened to America? We have New York is overtaken by looters. Turns out we need police. They're destroying scooters in New York because people are using them to commit crimes. Scooters. They're running over them with bulldozers. Come with me on a strange journey. People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're not wanted. Faces come out of the rain when you're strange. You must make a friend of horror. If is the main word in life. We must embrace that. If is the middle word in life. There are no guarantees. You might take a gallon of milk home that's past its expiration date, all because you didn't check. You might take home Diet Cola because you didn't bother to check the label when you grabbed it off the shelf. That really upset me a few times. I take a bottle of soda, a bottle of pop off of the shelf, and I get all the way home, and then I realize this doesn't taste like soda pop. This tastes like diet soda pop. Sometimes home is a long way from the grocery store, and you're expecting to drink regular soda pop. And you look in horror as you realize you grabbed diet soda. Or you grab a markdown item and you realize that it's past its expiration date. Like Walmart delivery, I've heard stories. My brother told me a story. He ordered the Walmart delivery and you got an outdated carton of milk. Because what they do is they grab it right off the shelf. And they send it to your house. And you wind up with an expired gallon of milk. That is the horror. So make sure they check. Make sure they check. I like eating these pieces of chocolate one at a time. I like to break them off. They break off easily when they're not, when they haven't been chilled. The chocolate is much softer when it's not chilled. Who needs marshmallows and graham crackers when you have chocolate? When you have chocolate, you don't need mushrooms and graham crackers. Mushrooms? Did I say mushrooms? Marshmallows. Marshmallows. You don't need marshmallows and graham crackers. Marshmallows stick to your fingers. Marshmallows are okay by themselves. Chocolate kind of, it ruins the chocolate experience. There are those who might be naysayers. There are those who might not agree with me. This is called a throp. It's for sharpening your knives to a razor's edge. This one I might need a new throp. It's just a piece of leather glued to a piece of wood. And it makes a good paddle for naughty people. A good little paddle if you're naughty. You could call me Eddie if you're naughty. I like that song, Nasty Boys. Oh, you nasty boys. Janet, if you're nasty. Oh, you nasty boys. It's been a while since I've heard that song. Nasty, nasty boys. Nasty boys. Who's that eating that nasty food? Nasty boys. Oh, the sound of a flute. I need to go on Main Street. I need to go on Main Street and sit at a table, but it's not quite so hot. Sit there with a little bucket. See how many people put money in my bucket when I play happy tunes. Happy little tunes. I could tell stories and pause for flute music. I had breakfast at Waffle House. Film at 11. They say it's going to be 90 degrees today. 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Here in Georgia, 90 degrees feels like 100 and something. least my tires aren't melting. There's nothing like Waffle House. Burp. In the middle of this, that's right, in the middle of a serenade, you know. Sometimes you have to apologize for the Waffle House burp. I had their big breakfast, you know, with the waffle, the city ham. You live in Canada. Oh, metric. That's right. I have to keep saying that, like Celsius versus Fahrenheit, meters versus yards. I don't know why we don't just get with the program. We should, the whole world, everyone else uses metric. We're the only ones that decided we didn't want to follow along. It would be so much easier. There wouldn't be any need for standard. No need for standard. Just get out the metric. But you know what? A lot of cars, American cars, they use the standard system. And so you have to, when you're a mechanic, you got to get metric and standard. Yes, this is a serenade. A recorder extraordinaire. I know! Imperial! What the hell? We don't want foreign rulers. That's what they say. We didn't want foreign rulers. Yeah, and it was the UK, I think, that came up with imperial. Yeah, because an inch used to be how big the king's nose was, and the foot was how big the king's foot was. That's how I remember the story. The story with it. That's probably why they called it imperial. They used the king's body in order to measure. Because a long time ago it was cubits, you know. People measured fathoms. A fathom was the width of a person's arms. So it's like, yeah, it's all units of measurement. Can't we all? Yeah, we should do that. Maybe when Trump becomes president, we'll go metric. That way we can be internationally sound. There won't be any confusions. Because, yeah, people say kilometers, meters. There was a Canadian joke I heard. Um, yeah, my girlfriend saw it coming from a kilometer away or something like that. It was some kind of joke like that. I thought it made me laugh. My girlfriend suspects I'm Canadian. She saw me coming a kilometer away. All right, we are 18 minutes in. We will see how this turns out. I will continue eating my chocolate. Chocolate. Chocolate is really relaxing. There's so many different kinds of chocolate. What's this? There's something on my... Oh, wow. Something on my phone. Anyway, it's gone now. I'm wearing a blue shirt today. I felt like relaxing colors were in order. It'll relax the mood. We got to get into a relaxed mood here at Eddie's Fun House. We have miles of smiles. I was cleaning up my happy box. It's a little box. When I open it up, there's happiness inside. And it's whenever I feel sad or upset, I just open my happy box. We can... I highly recommend. It was an invention of mine. You know what? You got to let the happy out. You can't contain your happiness in a box. So it's good to hear from people from the our neighbors to the north. I'm going to try to celebrate Tom Green's birthday on the 30th of August. I want to see how that, it might work, you know. I could have, we can all reminisce about when we watched the Tom Green show. Reminisce about the Bum Bum song, the Piggy Hill song. We can ask our daddies if they would like some sausage. I remember that. He was such a unique comedian. He got out there and he would do reaction comedy. I met him one time. He did a stand-up show at Tommy T's. I remember doing that. I remember driving out to Tommy T's. It was a nightclub or a comedy club called Tommy T's. Got to meet him backstage. He signed my t-shirt. I wish t-shirts lasted longer. I can see why sometimes people put t-shirts they frame their t-shirts. Like when they get a jersey, they'll put the jersey in a frame. It's almost like a museum artifact. He's living out in on a farm now, or a ranch. He bought a few acres. He moved back to Ottawa, and he rides around on his donkey. His donkey is named Fanny, and it took a while for Fanny to get used to him. They say donkeys are yeah, mules, not a donkey, a mule. They use donkeys for keeping coyotes at bay. A donkey will tear up a coyote. They'll just hang in there like they're a little rag doll. I watched him do ice fishing one day. He was out there ice fishing. I guess there's a certain type of drill that they use to drill into the ice. They catch a lot of fish that way. It's cool. You just crack open some beers and wait for the fish. The next one I'm going to do is Louis C.K., his birthday. His birthday comes up in September, I think. I'm going to try to do that. Celebrity birthdays. That'd be a good live. We're going to do celebrity birthdays. See if I get a visit. See if I get a visit from somebody. Somebody might join in. That's one of my fantasies. I'm doing a live and somebody goes, "Hey, guess who this is?" I hope I'm not just talking to myself. I see two people. Tommy Temper. So you do lives, podcasts, etc., etc.? All right, I guess I can be quiet. I can be quiet for a little while. Harlan Williams was doing a funny bit. Harlan Williams was talking to Joe Rogan. He said he had a tapeworm, and he said if he ate celery, it would calm down the tapeworm or it would quiet it down. He started. It was. He said, "Yeah, I went to the Galapagos Islands, and I ate an eel rat, and it had a parasite. It had a tapeworm." And he said he was growing attached to the tapeworm. And he took out some celery and started chewing on it, biting into the celery. He says, "Yeah, it calms down the tapeworm." Some people do that for weight loss. Have you heard of that method? They swallow tapeworm eggs, and the tapeworm is supposed to eat up the food that they eat, so that they lose weight. They say that's not a good idea. Can we talk about tapeworms on this show? Tapeworms. That sounds like a punchline. I'll have to make it like a knock-knock joke. Tapeworm. Knock, knock. Who's there? Tapeworm. Would you like to record something? I don't know. Back in the day, way back when they used to have tape recorders. Tape recorders. There used to be reel-to-reel, big old reel-to-reel tape recorders. Like in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Then they went from that to cassette tapes. Cassette tapes would always wear down after a while. They would stretch. If you listened to them for too long, too many times. I remember that. Then they started making tape players that would play both sides of the tape. You didn't have to take it out and switch it over. It would just play all the way and then play the other side. That was always fun for a lazy person. You could play the tape all the way to the end. And if you want to hear a certain song, you had to fast forward to that song. That's why I like CDs. CDs, you could just go right to the song that you want to hear. You could skip up over all the other songs. I'm glad for technological advances. You know, we don't have to rely on... Also, the tape player would eat up your tape. You'd be listening to some music you really, really like, or a concert. You'd be listening to George Carlin or Richard Pryor or Andrew Dice Clay, and all of a sudden your tape would get eaten by your tape player. That was always a sad day. Because then you had to get the tape out of the tape player so you could put another one in. Then you put a pencil in there and spin it around. Keep turning the pencil if you wanted to rewind the tape. That was a headache. I'm glad we got past that. Started having the compact disc. Those are out earlier. They were out in the 80s, the CDs. All through the 90s. The last part of the 90s was when I got my first CD player. It was like one of those ghetto blasters. And I was so happy to get me a CD player. Little stereo with the handle on top. You push down on it and it would open up and you could put your CD down in there and push it down and it would lock into place. It was a laser disc. The laser disc. Now it's MP3 players. I don't think we even use MP3 players anymore. You could just go to YouTube and ask for a song you want to hear any time of the day. You can make a playlist. Wow. We've come a long way, Charlie Brown. We've come a long way as far as technology. They're using lasers. In China, they're using lasers to cut down trees. They just aim that laser and it'll remove tree limbs. You don't have to saw. I watched a promo, not a promo, what do they call those? A demo, yeah. They were demonstrating what this laser could do. Who needs bullets when you have a laser? A frickin' laser. You can cut down a tree with a frickin' laser. You could cut down some enemies too. Yeah, you have a bunch of soldiers marching to attack your city, and then you just turn on the laser. The laser would. Yeah, that's what they say. As long as that laser has a power source, you could go on and on. I saw a demo where they took a laser and tore up a gun on a gunship. Correct me if I'm wrong. Well, it turns out you can chat with me now if you haven't been blocked. So many people were blocked. Now I gotta wait for my other channel to get 50 subscribers so I can do this on my other channel. It was sad. So if you've been here before, you could just create another channel and start chatting with me if you want to create another channel. I had to create another channel. I had to create a whole other well, actually, I had a channel that I wasn't using. That's how that all happened. What I want to do is make a channel for adults only and make a channel that's family friendly. That's kind of what I want to do. The other channel, but then again, those poor people who are blocked, they won't be able to, well, they can if they create a new channel. Then they could do the same thing. They could have a channel for the family and a channel for 18 and older. That's what I've always wanted to do. That's what I set out to do. But you know what? It's on them. If I age restrict, yeah, because some of the perks, you can't have age restricted, and you can't have, yeah, it has to be not for kids. Yeah. So I could work all that out, probably on this channel, and on the other channel I can make it all for the whole family. Because it's fun when we adults get together and start cracking jokes. Start exchanging jokes and talking about dating horror stories, dating success stories. Some people have success stories when they go on a date. Sometimes dates end well. Sometimes there's repeat dates. I like to try to set up dates. That's what I like to do. Yesterday, I went out to Marco's Pizza. There's in Hiram. I think it's in Hiram, if not in Dallas. It's called Marco's Pizza. What I can do is try to be a matchmaker. You know, if you want to come out to Marco's Pizza, you can sit there and I'll try to set you up with a date. You go out on the date and then you tell me how the date went. That'd be kind of fun. So yeah, if you're in Georgia, if you're in the Dallas area or Hiram area, come out to Marco's Pizza and I'll dress nice. I might even wear my top hat and you can come out there and I will see, it'll be like you both sit at the table, and you see if you'd like to go on a date with that person. If yes, then you can go on the date and then report back, make like a little video telling us how it went. That would be nice. That would be very satisfying. Help people, call it the matchmaker show or something like that. I could be a little matchmaker. And then when my budget increases, I could probably come to different areas, you know, fly out. I could fly out to Australia, get me a hotel room for a couple of days, see if I could be a matchmaker. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Hopefully it won't. They'll have to probably sign some waivers, you know. Because you never know who you're going to meet. That's what's terrible about it. Like the dating game. That one serial killer came onto the dating game to get himself a date. He was caught later. But you know what? Celebrities. Wasn't Andy Kaufman went on there? A lot of other Paul Rubens, I think he went on the dating game. AKA Pee Wee. Pee Wee? Paging Mr. Herman. Paging Mr. Pee Wee Herman. I'm going to start putting my own collection of movies on my community page. I think I'll be able to do that. My community page. Because I could put not Big Top Pee Wee. One I had was Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Elvira made a cameo in that movie. I think her name was Anderson. I forget her first name. Yeah, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. She had a short part in Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Also, Twisted Sister. You're gonna burn in hell. Don't you hear no evil, don't you speak no evil, don't you lay no evil down on me. You're gonna burn in hell. I think one of the most memorable scenes in Pee Wee's Big Adventure was when he was rescuing the snakes, and he didn't want to. The pet shop was on fire, so he set all the pets free while the pet shop was on fire. And then he went in and grabbed all the snakes, reluctantly. He was on a couple of Cheech and Chong movies. He was in Paul Rubens. I could probably make a movie, Eddie's Big Adventure, or Eddie's Day Out. Call it. You get like a low budget movie started. Eddie's Day Out. I can do it in parts. Eddie's Day Out, Part 1. And then upload it as a YouTube video, and then just keep going. Let me know in the comments if you think these are good ideas. Man with an idea is a damn fool until he succeeds. That's what Mark Twain said. A man with an idea is a damn fool until he succeeds. He also said, if you don't lie, you never have to remember what you said. If you never lie, you never have to remember what you said. Go ahead and chat. Don't be shy. Say hi. That's what we do here at Eddie's Funhouse. We chat. That's what I can do. Ask for donations so I can raise the budget of Eddie's Funhouse. I could have a bigger budget to work with. I could have some shows like a guy who can swallow swords, a guy who can breathe fire, a guy who can balance his checkbook. A guy who puts the seat down every time. Here's a rare find. A guy who puts the seat down every time. I'm that guy. I always make it a point to put the seat down. Always. I think when you get close to your mom, when you get close to your sisters, you start to love, honor, and respect them, and you tend to leave the seat down. Because there's nothing worse than a wet ass. It's just like, come on, put the seat down. If you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie and wipe the seatie. Oh, yesterday when I went to Marco's. It was Marco's Pizza. He said, I forget how it was worded. It was like, it was funny. You should aim too. Our aim, our aim is to keep the bathroom clean. You should aim too. And it was spelled TOO, like an inclusion. Yeah, we keep we aim to keep the bathroom clean. You should aim. You should aim too. It was in the men's room because people pee on the seat. Because they don't know how to aim. They don't bother to aim. I'm gonna have to take a picture of that next time I go. I didn't have my phone with me when I went. I went in the bathroom and it was funny. And it said there was also a sign that said, "Help stop the zombie apocalypse. Wash your hands." Wash your. I like humor. I want to capture it. Maybe I'll take you on a tour next time I go to Marco's. Maybe next Friday or something like that. We'll have Pizza Friday. Go to Marco's. I'll take you into the bathroom where all those signs, those two signs. You should aim too. Say something. It's sad that I only have 2 people watching right now. Other people, it's like 18 people. I was watching Azura Dragon Feather. Let me know in the comments if you watch Azura Dragon Feather. She had like 18 people. Where are my dragons? You should sit in on one of those. She does a channeling session. 43 minutes in and only one person has chatted so far. One brave soul from Canada. Could only sit with me for a few minutes. Yes, join me for a burping serenade. I don't think my hummingbird feeder will be knocked down this time. The cat will lunge at it, but it won't be able to knock it down. I was thinking of a moat, because cats don't like to get wet. If I was to dig a moat around the hummingbird feeder, the cat would potentially fall into the moat and get all wet. A moat of syrup or honey. So when the cat falls in, it'll be covered with honey. Then I'll have to lick all the honey off its fur. Have like a little Castle Grayskull. Then the hummingbird could come by and have to go into the mouth of Castle Grayskull to get some to feed itself. By the power of Grayskull. I was also watching a couple of podcasts with Anthony Jeselnik. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. Anthony Jeselnik. I like watching his stand up. Maybe I'll do his birthday too. Why discriminate? I could do celebrities dead and alive. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. Dead or alive, we'll celebrate your birthday. Clint Eastwood passed away. I have High Plains Drifter on my community page. I'm going to have to put some more treats up there so people can come to my community page. Oh, the sun's playing peekaboo. You know what? It's jerky time. I went and got more beef jerky. Jerky and cheese. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Leave or begin your chatting. I need to get a crown. That's what I need. I need to get a crown so I can sit here and you can approach me boldly. I need to get a crown. Sit here in my throne with a crown so you can approach boldly. Come boldly to the throne. And I can accept requests. So I can make decrees. I can make decrees. Or declarations. I'm glad I don't live in the desert anymore. The desert is very dry. Get that dry heat. That's what it was like in the Sierra Nevadas. When I lived in the Sierra Nevadas, on the way out to Nevada, man, I remember one time, my auntie, my Aunt Penny, she had Penny. My Aunt Penny, she had one of those mystery mobiles, those hippie vans. We all got on board. We went in from Portola to Nevada so we could go to Circus. We weren't old enough to gamble, but we were old enough to watch the circus show. And we went there by night, I remember, and it was cold because it's on the way out to Nevada. It's just flat land. And flat land, the wind is not slowed down by anything. So that wind gets mighty cold. You can see all the stars. You can just lay down in the back of the car, look out the window. What I liked is when the moon was out. I like a moonlit night. I like a moonlit night. Moonlit nights are so fun. You can see your shadow. I'm getting pains in my arm. I'm getting little pains. Feels like I'm being poked by needles in my arm. I didn't do anything. I remember, I think it was in Georgia. We'd go camping and we'd see these creatures called mayflies. They say mayflies, their whole life is in a day. They're born, they live, and they die in one day. They have huge wings. Not huge wings. But yeah, they're mayflies. We'd see them. They look cross between a fairy and a mosquito. That's weird. Your life is just one day. Your whole life is lived in one. All you get to see is the morning and then the evening. Cicadas. Cicadas, I don't think are that much of a problem. They've made a big deal about there's going to be a lot of cicadas. There's going to be because all these different species of cicada are going to be out, and there's going to be so many of them. I saw a video of a dragonfly plague. A bunch of dragonflies. One time in California, there were lots of grasshoppers. Just a bunch of grasshoppers. It was scary how many grasshoppers there were. I remember working at Kmart that day. I was working in the garden center, and I stood outside and I saw all these grasshoppers. It'd be funny just to get a blower. Get a leaf blower and just start blowing grasshoppers. So you can make it to your car without stepping on grasshoppers. That's why we need birds. Don't kill birds. Don't kill those birds. They did that in China. They killed off all the sparrows. Then they started having swarms. I think it was back in when Mao Zedong was in power. They started killing off the sparrows. So go ahead and chat. Everything's better now. If you're watching this, you could probably chat. Unless you've been blocked. That really upsets me that those people were blocked. Just with malicious intent. Just to make things difficult. But you know what? Today is a new day. Can't you feel a brand new day? Can't you feel a brand new day? I like to play those back to back. Play The Wizard of Oz and then play The Wiz. The Wiz was the African American version of Wizard of Oz. They played that on HBO, I think. The 70s had some pretty good movies. 70s, 80s. I think 90s was when Child's Play came out. There was Child's Play. There was Silence of the Lambs. And I think The Notebook, not The Notebook, it was Lake House. I think also The Green Mile came out, probably, if my memory serves me. So I have a total of 5 likes. I need some more promotion. I think once I start getting more of a budget, I'll be able to promote. Come see Eddie's Funhouse if you got nothing to do. Come see Eddie's Funhouse. Come on. Partake of Eddie's Funhouse. Taste it to see that it is good. Taste it to see that it's good. I guess I have a lot of high hopes for my channel. High apple pie in the sky hopes. You don't have to wait until I get enough subscribers. I got 20 subscribers so far. So I need like 30 more subscribers to get my 50 subscribers. I think what YouTube wants to see is if you're worth a damn. If your channel is worth a damn. Is your channel worth a damn? Do people actually want to watch your channel? I don't get nearly as many views as other channels get. I'm just not competition, I guess. So yeah, go to the description and you will find the link to my other channel, and you'll be able to go there and subscribe. It'll be the channel where no one is blocked. The channel where you can actually chat with me without any problems. So tell your friends. Telephone, telegraph, tell a woman that Eddie's Fun House is still alive and well. Don't be afraid, type something in. We've corrected the problem. Finally, we finally corrected the problem. Now all we have to do is create another channel, because so far I only have one moderator. So what I'm going to do, I can do at least one of these a day, depending on how much energy I have. Ich will a Handersee. Ich will a energy. My other account was blocked from your channel. I know. I let somebody be moderator that I shouldn't have let be moderator. They made it look like other people were doing it. So I think we finally cut through all the BS. We cut through all the lies and the deception. See, now nobody's being blocked. Nobody is being, yeah. You're not the only one. Some other people had to make channels just so they could talk to me. I thought, wow, how in the hell? Was it blocked yesterday? Because yesterday we didn't have any problems. Yeah, yesterday was smooth sailing. Yeah, nobody was blocked. Nobody was timed out. Nobody. So now I think it's business as usual. We could go back to our regularly scheduled program with love and acceptance instead of extreme prejudice and unjust. That was just unjust. See, this is the first time I've tried moderators. People kept asking me, make me moderator. So I just started making everybody moderator. Yeah, I tried to come on here with my main channel. Yeah, and it said I was blocked. Yeah. You know what? This channel, I don't think that's going to happen anymore. Because we got rid of the person who was doing it. What was sad was they were making it look like other people were doing it. So people were getting blamed. I was blaming people unjustly. Unjustly. Because I was new to all this. I never had to use a moderator until recently. I know, it's like they say moderators just destroy a show. Whenever somebody does a live, moderators just mess it up. Oh, I'm gonna time him out. I'm gonna, I'm gonna hide their chat, and it's like, dude, that's not cool. It's not cool because it's sometimes unwarranted. YouTube does it all by itself. I've noticed that some people try to type in bad words, and YouTube just, I guess it depends on what setting you have it on. So I think we all think we'll be okay right now. I think we're fine. And thank you for chatting. I was only one person chatting with me so far. And yeah, moderators, a bad idea. Yeah, because you can set it for, okay, block these words, you know, or uh, hold for review. We're vibing. That's right. The power of the vibe. The dude abides. I'm the dude, and the dude abides. And how can he have fun when people are just getting, you know, just because of petty reasons? Yeah. But you know what? Today is a new day. We got to this far alive. I'm going to need a new haircut. I'm going to need another haircut. The more I look at it, I'm going to have to chop this all down. Got to turn it back into a high and tight so I could look like somebody who's not insane. Somebody who has been grooming, who's been grooming. That's even a bad word now. I don't think you can even say grooming. Or time. That man is well groomed. He is a well groomed individual. He shaved, he plucked his nose hairs, he put on deodorant, and brushed his teeth. Now it's like grooming means something entirely different now. All right, well, today got off to be on a good start. We actually ate out for breakfast. We had somebody bringing us waffles and ham. That's funny how do you want country ham or do you want city ham? I guess it depends, but yes, the definition is definitely changed. I know, like gay. It's like, may, may your days be merry and bright. May all your Christmases be white. And don we now our gay apparel. Country ham. You like country ham with a bit of the bone? They put the ham bone. That's all the country ham is. It's just a big old piece of ham with the bone left in. And then the city ham, it's all meat, baby. They need to change the grease. Sometimes they bring that ham to you, and you can tell they cooked other things in that grease. It's like, I prefer no grease on my ham. Just heat it up. I'm glad to hear microwaves. When you microwave something, it doesn't compromise the food. You just put it in the microwave and it's heated up. And certain things like bacon, I think they tried to cook bacon in the microwave. I think the best way to cook bacon is in a pan. I have nothing I eat to cooked in oil. Yeah, oil. I like to use vegetable oil, but I'm not canola oil and stuff like that. I don't think that's even good for you unless it's homemade. Yeah, That way you know what's going into it. There was this one guy, he only wanted his wife to cook his meals because he was afraid of being poisoned. And then when his wife was ill, he just wouldn't eat. And I think that's how he died. That was one of those morbid facts. Morbid facts. Yeah, that guy, there was a guy who was so afraid of being poisoned. One guy bit into a cyanide capsule and he didn't die because it, uh, yeah. Oh my goodness. But you know what? That wife was probably a really good cook. It's like, yeah, a designated chef. Designated. Kings had to be worried about that. Kings had food tasters. That would be a horrible job, you know. Hey, come here. Eat this. And then if they don't die, then you begin eating. I think my mom was royalty in another lifetime because my mom does that a lot. She'll she'll have me taste something and then she'll watch intently for my reaction to what I ate. It's like, yeah, I think my mom was royalty. She probably had food tasters to make sure that the food wasn't poison. I remember Saint, what was it? Saint Benedict. Saint Benedict had some people who tried to poison him. One was with a cup of wine. The cup of wine shattered before he could drink it. Another time, it was a piece of bread, and a bird came by and took the piece of bread before he could eat it. So I hope the bird didn't die. But yeah, that is why. Yeah, it's like that's horrible because assassination was a common, especially in the Roman Empire. So many people were just killed. Caligula was killed. I think Nero. One that doesn't get mentioned is Elagabalus. There was an emperor named Elagabalus. He was crazier than he was crazier than Caligula. Caligula was crazy in like a funny way, but he was still pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. And then there was Augustus. What a god! I can't remember all those emperors. The one that was made into a play, you know. You too, Brutus? I think that was Julius Caesar. Then there was Caesar Augustus. I think Caesar Augustus was emperor during Jesus' time. I think he was mentioned in the Bible, Caesar Augustus. All the Romans were, all the cities were taxed, or something like that. I remember Jesus had to ride a donkey. Man, it would be cool if my memory was better, that I could just teach history. I could be a history professor. But you know what? His professors, I'm pretty sure they read up before they start a lecture. They just go through all the books. They know how to do the research, and they've been through all the schools. Yep, those Roman emperors, I think they were compromised by the mercury. They used mercury. They just, yeah, memory cards. That's right. Have like, uh, what was this guy's name? God, what's his name? The guy they keep talking about. The guy, the guy. He's Elon. Yeah, Elon Musk said there's already, if it's not released yet, there's enhanced memory. They can enhance human memory. That'd be cool. You don't have to say Google, or Lexus or Siri. There's certain questions that are scary to ask. Alexis or Siri. Alexis, are there demons? Or sometimes she'll answer, with scary answers. She'll give scary answers to certain questions that few people are afraid to ask. Yeah, some things are better forgotten because I think that's if they say if you remember the past too much, you become depressed. If you think about the future too much, you become anxious. But if you live in the present, you're happy. Just think about today. I think that's what it is our evolution is making it possible for us to remember more, and make decisions. You look back on the past and then you look into the future, how is this going to play out? I think few people have that ability. Few people have the ability to calculate and to reason, you know. Some people just don't have that. Their brain hasn't developed that part that says, this is a bad idea. Maybe I shouldn't do this, you know. Maybe maybe I should put down the bottle. But then there's the physical addictions, you know. I think physical addictions are bad, but then the mental addictions, I think, like cigarettes, people have a fixation. They call it an oral fixation, like Telly Savalas. Remember Kojak? He was he was trying to quit smoking, and he would have a lollipop all the time because that would uh, get rid of his oral fixation. Sometimes it just causes you to breathe. People want to go. They want to take that deep breath in, and they associate that with smoking. They associate the deep breathing with smoking. They say, "Oh yeah, oh now I feel good." But try that without a cigarette. See if you get the same. But then there's nicotine. I think cigarettes are the poor man's cigar. Cigars by themselves are not as harmful, I think. There's apps that'll help you quit addictions, both mental and physical, which is awesome. Yeah, because sometimes our programming, when you want it takes 21 days, they say, to change a habit, to change a behavior. Yeah. So I don't think people want to stick it out for 21 days. That's probably why they give in to their addiction again. They say, yeah, I don't want to smoke, or I don't want to drink, or I don't want to, whatever their addiction is, it becomes their go-to, like, oh, I'm upset. I'm going to I'm going to light up a cigarette, or I'm going to have a beer. I'm going to have a beer because I was just in a car accident. Or my girlfriend just broke up with me. You know what? It might help if it hasn't already. They say it works if you work it. Some people they have to get into a whole new routine. Because yeah, it's so easy to go with the flow. Say kick the habit, or quit cold turkey. And it's hard, especially alcohol. People have to have a sugar fix because alcohol is like sugar, or it becomes sugar, from what I understand. When you ingest alcohol, that's why people have the shakes, you know, and it ruins your liver. It's like, oh man. But they say alcohol saves civilization because water wasn't good to drink. So beer, yeah, they say beer is what saves civilization, especially like Ireland, Scotland, places like that. They have the hops, the barley, and it was better to drink than water. And I bet you there wasn't a drinking age either. I think this is one of the few countries that have a drinking age. You got to be 21. But then there's all these high school keggers. I remember that in high school. It's like, yeah, we had a kegger. Yeah, we took a bottle of Jack Daniels and went out into the woods. But then again, who are the adults that are buying this stuff? Because nobody wants to lose their liquor license, especially to minors. You know, you're contributing. I think one teacher was busted for that. One of my math teachers, he was selling. You can make a profit at that, you know? Say, hey, you want to go in and get us a, a six pack? You want to get us a 12 pack so we can go party? And it's like they'll pay you extra to go in and buy some beer. But then, holy cow, if you get caught, that could be your career. The apps definitely do help. Most will have a community that are, that you're able to chat with. Yeah, yeah, because it's that's what I keep saying. You can't always do it by yourself. You need to have some support. You need to have somebody say, "Hey, you know, I'm having a really hard time. You know, could you come? We could go play golf or something. Go for a walk in the woods." Because the more you're shifting your thoughts to a better day, you know, you don't go to that default or that medication, that self-medicating. I guess there's a lot involved in just trying to quit drinking. Because again, you have the craving, you have the withdrawal. Sometimes even sugar. Sugar is more harsh than cocaine, they say. Just you just want to get you just want to stop eating sugar, and it's like wow, that's a bitch. You know, just trying to trying to live a normal life. And then there's methadone. If you like cocaine, they give you a methadone just to make you feel normal. It's like uh, so your body can balance out, I guess. Nicotine, you still have to have the nicotine, the patches. I think the patches, if you don't use them right, they can make you sick. Oh man, I guess it pays to say no, because you know people don't know what they're getting into. The peer pressure, the the concept of being part of a group. You know, you want to hang with the cool kids. You want to hang with the in crowd. You party like a rock star. And then you know sometimes they have the relapses, and then that's what makes it worse because it brings you down when you have a relapse. You start saying, "Oh man, I'm too weak," or "Yeah, I really tried." But they say relapse is part of the recovery. Relapse is like that's something that comes with the territory. And I think that's why you keep having to, you know, like I said, with the chats, you know, chat with somebody who actually did it, who actually pulled it off. And they can say, yeah, that's normal. It's normal to, you know, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling defeated, to go ahead and go get yourself a 12 pack and sit in front of the TV, start beating your girlfriend up again, you know. I think that's why alcohol needs to be addressed because all the stuff that comes with it. You know, you get into fights with your family. It doesn't hurt just you, but it hurts your whole family. I know. I'm probably opening up a big can of worms here. Yeah. I think that's what it is the love that you get from your family members. I think that's part of one of the 12 steps. Yeah. And what that's probably something they need to be aware of. You know, if you fall off the wagon, then you just don't feel defeated. Get back on it. Get back on because when you are able to hear yourself say, I'm a year sober or I'm 5 years sober, that's so uh, encouraging, and it makes you feel better about yourself. Because I think that's what it is. People stop feeling good about themselves when they become a junkie or when they become an alcoholic. And they say you never stop being an alcoholic. You know, you say, I am an alcoholic, and you have to own it, and you have to keep building your resistance to it. Because I think that's what it is. You, you build your resistance, and then your resistance becomes a lot, a lot better over time. And also the people you hurt. You know, part of the recovery is going to those people and say, hey, I really am sorry. I'm sorry about all the arguments and fist fights and, you know. But you know what? Those people are probably so happy to see that you are taking steps. You know, it probably is really cool. Message security. YouTube security. View deleted. Okay. So be careful what you type in because they're watching. They're big. Yeah. Wow, I'm honored. YouTube security? Yeah. I think that's what it is when, and think of the healing that starts, you know, when your brother or your sister hears that you're trying to overcome your addiction, and it's like, they're going to back you up, and then you feel even better that your family is going to back you up. So, wow, this is a neat discussion. Somebody's going to hear this. Three months clean. See, you're already there. I've got to head out. Yeah, we'll talk soon. Well, this is cool. I like this. Good interaction. All right. You have a safe trip. If you got to go on a trip, time for me to go out and do a walkabout. Go on a walkabout. All right. God bless you, friend.